Gonna get started in a second. We're gonna let a couple people get up in here. Thank you. Go help her, Elena. Shalom Israel. Yahba Shemel Shabraka thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Shemel Shah to the sisters. I'm Priest and Officer Karan Yala of the ISUBK. Hi, son. Go back in the room. I'm Priest and Officer Karan Yala of the ISUBK under Commander General Yana in Northern California region. And this is the Wednesday night law class. I'm going to be holding down the class for Officer of 1,000, not design. And as y'all can tell by the title, we going over really a plethora of laws, right? But the title of the class is Choose None of the Oppressor's Ways. Now, we understand that this is a so-called holiday, today being February 14th, which is an evil day, you understand, in today's time and just the history of the day, right? So like you. Salakia. But we're not gonna go over the history of this evil ass holiday, but we are going to go over the history of the characteristics and the culture of the so-called oppressor. You understand? But I'm gonna give you a little bit of some back history on the day that we know today is Valentine's Day, right? It was originally called Lupercalia, right? Lupercalia, also known as Lupercal, was a pastoral festival of ancient Rome observed annually from, excuse me, February 13th through 15th to purify the city, promoting health and fertility. Lupercalia was also known as Dies uh, Februtas or Slagia, Februtus, after the purification instruments called Februa. The basis of the month named Februarius, right? Now, of course, if you go deep into the history of this day, like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on it. They don't give you in a quick Google research. You would have to actually go into Wikipedia and a lot of other things to actually get the actual history of this day. But this was literally a festival where Roman men got drunk, you understand, and intimately abused women. You understand? And this was the basis of that holiday. You understand? They will get drunk, uh, beat women, you understand, and intimately abuse them. Right? Now, of course, us being the children of Israel, the Lord forbids us to be anything like any other nations, thus us being named and deemed a holy people. You understand? We go to Romans 15 and 4. The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. That we, Salakia, through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. You understand? These scriptures was written aforetime and they was written for our learning. This is not no goddamn religious some supernatural book. You understand? This is actually a history book. You understand? That's why the scriptures say the thing that was written aforetime was written for our learning. You understand? What you do with a history book is you learn out of it. You get the history of the things that happened in the past. You understand? And the history of things that happened in the past that actually shapes the future. You understand? A lot of people believe this Bible to be a religious text when it's not a religious text at all. You understand? This book is actually the history of Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, known as the Israelites, our trials and tribulations on obeying and disobeying our power. You understand? The one true God in heaven, Yahweh in the Hebrew. You understand? So we use these scriptures to actually understand how we supposed to live in these times. You understand? You get Amos 5 and 21. Alina, come here. Get this cat, bro. It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 21. I hate. You understand? The Lord said he hates. You understand? The God of the Bible is not all love. This is the same dude that flooded the earth because of interracial marriage. You understand? The Lord said, I hate. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Valentine's Day is a goddamn feast day. You understand? You know how niggas do. They get that whore of a bitch. You understand? Because that's exactly what she is. You understand? A bitch that been twerking on Instagram. You know what I'm saying for the last 12 months since the last Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Walking around naked on the gram, posted sketchy pictures on Facebook. You understand? Somebody that shows off her body. You understand? In hopes of some man lusting after her and him being a goddamn fool and a dumbass to spend his money on a broad that anybody could pay to have. You understand? That's what this so-called holiday is about. It's about worshiping a goddamn woman, giving her money, flowers, chocolate, a nice roof Chris dinner. You understand? In hopes that you have sex with this nasty broad. You understand? The Lord said he despised these feast days. And this ain't all the feast days that he talking about as far as Valentine's Day. He hates your Christmas. He hates your Thanksgiving. He hates Halloween because you feasting on candy that day. You know what I'm saying? The Lord hate all of this bullshit. Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read that again. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. You understand? The Lord said, when we cook clean animals on the Passover, you understand, or any of our high holy days or the feast days that the Lord gave us, you understand, it's a sweet savor unto him, meaning he enjoys the smell of clean animals being cooked in remembrance of him taking the children of Israel out of Egypt, in remembrance of him making a covenant with the children of Israel, with the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You understand? But anything else, the Lord said he hated. You understand? Salakia. Go to Proverbs 3 and 31. In fact, Salakia, let me go to Proverbs 31 and 3 first, since we on the subject of Valentine's Day. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women. You understand? The Lord is totally against Valentine's Day. And not only is he against Valentine's Day, he's against niggas being suckers for broads. You understand? The Lord is a man of war. A man of war is not some coward who gonna cur to some ungodly bitch. You understand? Excuse my French. But sometimes this stuff got to be said because it's the honest to God, it's the honest truth, honest to God truth. You understand? The scriptures say, a shameless female shall be counted as a dog. You understand? Now, when you look up that word dog or what a female dog is, the word that comes up is bitch. You understand? Read that again. Proverbs 3 and 31. Give not thy strength unto a woman. And what's your strength that you will give unto a woman? You understand? Your strength that you give unto a woman is your ability to lead. You understand? If you got some broad that's going to get mad at you because you don't buy her a Valentine's Day gift because you broke, but you spend your last on flowers and candy and a goddamn dinner at an expensive restaurant that you ain't never been to in your goddamn life, you gave your strength unto a woman. You understand? And that's not a wise thing. Because what's going to happen is when you give your strength to a woman rules over you. You understand? And this ain't even just talking about not even just the ability for you to lead as a man. You understand? But for you to give into women's lust. You understand? For you to give into a woman's desires that you know is not for the greater good. You understand? Nor thy ways to that which, Salakia, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. You understand? The things that destroy kings is catering to a goddamn woman. You understand? Now, I'm not saying you can't be nice to your woman. You can't buy her flowers every now and then. You can't cook her a good meal. I'm not saying that you just got to be some tyrant to your woman. But at the same time, though, if your bitch is demanding you to buy her a goddamn Valentine's Day gift and to take her to a nice restaurant because of this so-called holiday, in order for you to be in her good graces, then you giving your strength unto a woman and you giving your strength to things that destroy kings. You understand? Basically, what the Lord is saying, man, look, strap on some balls. You understand? Be be somebody who stands on principles. You understand? Don't let a woman use her looks. You understand? Her box. Don't let a woman use anything against you to get you to make her the ruler over you. You understand? And that's what a lot of you weird ass niggas is finna do on Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is about to be spending a last dollar on some broad that you just had an argument with 24 hours ago. But it's Valentine's Day, so you got to make up with her so you can get her good graces. You understand? Now let's go to Proverbs 3 and 31. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You understand? The Lord said don't be jealous of your oppressor. You understand? To be envious is to be jealous. You understand? To want to be just like him. You understand? And what do your oppressor do? What is his ways? Your oppressor a gangster. This nigga slide on blocks all the damn time. You understand? But it's not streets. This nigga slide on countries. You understand? This nigga's a rapist. So, excuse me. He's a serial sexual assaulter. Damn, I can't even say that shit. Excuse me. He's an intimate abuser. You understand? He's a thief. You understand? A mass unaliver. You understand? A goddamn drug addict. That's exactly what your oppressor is. And those are the ways of him as a people. Not just one or two of them. You understand? But as a people. Right? Christopher Columbus. Alexander the Great. Who else? Abraham Lincoln. George Washington. All of these guys were the evilest people on planet Earth. You understand? Proverbs 3 and 31 again. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. You understand? He's a thief. He's a vagabond going to and fro in the earth, stealing people's homelands, calling it his own. You understand? What else? Extortionist. You understand? If you get a loan from a check cashing place for $300 and you got to pay $350 the next week when you get paid, that's extortion. You understand? And that's not how it's supposed to go. All right. That's basically keeping somebody as a servant to you. You understand? By lending them usury. He's a known adulterer. You understand? Like, they perpetuate artists to write songs about sleeping with other people's women. What this nigga Trey Songz call himself, Mr. Steal Your Girl? Well, the original Mr. Steal Your Girl was peeping in them slave tents at nighttime, you understand? And taking sisters up out of there and intimately assaulting these sisters. You understand? Christopher Columbus. The list goes on and on. You understand? The Romans. You understand? Which this holiday is about intimately assaulting women. You understand? Because this is the type of culture that they indulge in. This is what the Lord gave to them as a culture. They are evil people. You understand? Of course, he's a known sodomite. You understand? That's the ways of your oppressor. You understand? He just used that African Barack Obama to actually make same-sex marriage legal. But in 1969, there was a bar in New York City. I forget the name of the bar. You understand? But the bar was actually owned by the Italian mafia, Romans again. You understand? And this is the birth of the LGBTQ movement. You understand? Or the alternative lifestyle movement. You understand? But we're gonna get into these scriptures. Let's talk about matter of fact, Salakia. Let me look up that bar real quick. Give me 1 second. Y'all Shamar Lataba, Shimmy Awashai, sis. The water, I definitely appreciate you every time, sis. And Salakia Kanai says, I want to give you a special thank you, you know what I'm saying, for tuning into this class, because you all the way in Delaware, sis. And of course, you know, we all one body, but it means so much to the brothers in Northern California that we got brothers and sisters from different coasts and different regions that actually tune into the classes that's going on in Northern California. You understand? So I want to say the water to you. You know what I'm saying? The water to your husband. If you could, whenever you get a chance, tell him I said y'all by Shemal Shabrakatah. You understand? He's doing an excellent job raising you up, a gorgeous and wonderful princess in this ISUBK. And once again, the water sis for tapping into the class. I definitely appreciate it. But this the bar that started the and I probably can't even say this shit, Salakia. That started the gay liberation movement was the Stonewall Inn. Often shortened to Stonewall, is a gay bar and recreational tavern in the Greenwich Village neighborhood of Lower Manhattan, New York City, and the site of the Stonewall riots in 1969, which is widely considered to be the single most important events leading to the gay liberation movement. You understand? Let me give y'all the owner to this bar. I gotta give with Officer Kasar Pakai so he could teach me how to be a little bit more savvy with this. And being able to put this on the screen for y'all. Now, absolutely, sis, Most High in Christ. At the time of the 1969 Stonewall Uprising, the Greenwich Village bar, Stonewall Inn, was owned and operated by the New York Mafia. I'm trying to get that devil's name. So, Lucky, I don't want to spend too much time on this part of it, but this is the origins of the gay rights movement at this bar that was owned by these goddamn Romans in 1969. Okay. It says in 1966, young Genovese family member Tony Lauria purchased the Stonewall Inn, then a low-earning straight bar and restaurant. Fat Tony, as he was known, renovated at low cost and reopened the Christopher Street Club as a gay bar. Now, hold on. When Fat Tony of the Genovese crime family, when he actually bought this bar, this was a straight bar. You understand? Which shows you how LGBTQ friendly the mafia is. He renovated this bar at low cost, and then he eventually reopened it as a gay bar. You understand? Which shows you exactly what's going on with these so-called Italian mobsters or so-called gangsters. You understand? But anyway, that's a little bit of history on that. You understand? Proverbs 3:31, once again, envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Your oppressor is quite fine to alternative lifestyle people. You understand? And there's going to be a whole lot of illicit, unlawful sexual activities going on tonight because your oppressor has perpetuated that in the earth, and that is his true nature, to be an unlawful sexual deviant. The book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. The Lord said, man, look, a man ain't supposed to lie with a man like he would lie with a woman. It's an abomination. The Lord hates alternative lifestyle. You understand? He hates the alternative lifestyle community. He said it's an abomination. To be abominable unto the Lord is something that the Lord despises and think that is filthy and wicked. All right. Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. You understand? The Lord said, man, look, if a man lives a alternative lifestyle, according to this law, you're supposed to be put to death. You understand? Now, the beauty of us not having to enforce the law, the Lord is still going to enforce his law. That's why people that live alternative lifestyles, you always see them on the latest HIV medicine commercials. You always see them as the poster child, you understand, for somebody that's living with HIV/AIDS. Because at the end of this verse, the Lord said their blood shall be upon them. Now, when you look into the actual fact about what HIV and AIDS is, that's a blood disease. You understand? So this scripture, it even got science on it. You understand? You do something abominable as far as getting down with the same gender, the Lord said your blood is going to be upon you. He going to create a blood disease for you to perish for living that filthy, wicked lifestyle. You understand? Deuteronomy 23 and 17. And it reads, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. You understand? The Lord said not only do he not want our women to be whores, but he don't want our men to be man whores. And a man whore is a goddamn sodomite. You understand? Somebody who for lack of better terms, takes a ride like a goddamn woman, or whore himself out, you understand, to a goddamn man, which is just filthy, wicked, and disgusting. You understand? A nigga that's a lavender lad, like them purple boys. You understand? Evil as hell. You understand? I'm gonna read that again. Leviticus 23:17. There shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel. Speaking once again about this so-called holiday, Valentine's Day. Sisters are going to whore themselves out for a steak dinner, you understand, and a bottle of liquor tonight. You understand? It's going down right, and the oppressor is going to make millions of dollars today. You understand? At his restaurants, at his stores, where he's selling the candy, you understand, the flowers. You understand? The oppressor is making millions of dollars off of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians being foolish. You understand? Because if you actually look at what's going on in America, we are the consumers in America. We the ones that's buying all of y'all bullshit. We the ones that's keeping America thriving by celebrating your holidays. You understand? Like I seen a post in around so-called Thanksgiving time, right? And there's a lot of brothers that I know in the world, you know what I'm saying, that be sneak dissing the nigga online and all that. But a couple of brothers was like, yeah, man, y'all mad because we trying to fellowship for Thanksgiving. Oh, if we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, is we gonna be free? When niggas posted that, I'm like, Most High Christ, I had to get them niggas a hand. Like, shit, at least you know you a slave. You understand? A lot of people be in denial. At least you know you a goddamn slave. But to answer their questions, you damn right to get us out of being a slave. You know why? Because if you stop celebrating Thanksgiving, understanding that the Lord don't want you to do that, then what comes next? Valentine's Day, Christmas, you eating their abominations. You understand? You stop celebrating their holidays. You stop doing what your slave master wants you to do. And then the Lord has respect unto us. And when you stop doing what your slave master wants you to do, of course, black people, we have a natural feeling of wanting to be a part of something. You know what I'm saying? So if we ain't supposed to be a part of Christmas, if we not supposed to be a part of Valentine's Day, that's going to make niggas start to thinking like, damn, well, what the hell are we supposed to do? And that's when you come into the ISUBK. That's when you come watch niggas like me, who was just some random guy that was a street cat that you know, is familiar with everything that the street life has to offer. You understand? But once I seen Commander General Yohana do that camp speaking, and I actually figured out that, hold on, well, I'm not even gonna say I figured it out, but the Lord put the spirit on me for this to resonate with me. You understand? And from when I was taught that I'm not supposed to be living how I was living, that's what made my life change. That's what made me come into the truth and be like, okay, this type of stuff, I can't teach my kids, nor can I partake into it. So I need to learn what I'm supposed to do as a black man. So yeah, to answer y'all question, you know what I'm saying, that was putting them Facebook post up is not eating that turkey on Thanksgiving going to free us. Yeah, nigga, eventually it will. You understand? Because if you're not doing what your slave master wants you to do, then you can only be doing what the other person wants you to do. And that other person is the Most High. You understand? Christ. You understand? Our Most High power and his son, our king. You understand? Because it's simple math. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing wrong, then I'm offending the person that wants me to do right. You understand? And that's why it's important to have these brotherhood classes, these law classes, to show brothers and sisters that's not actually in the school, like, look, we live like this because of traditions that our forefathers and foremothers learned from the slave master. It's time to break them chains and actually come back to our customs. But Salakia for being long-winded. Deuteronomy 23:17, once again, there shall be no whore, of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. And this is in the law. You understand? The Lord is against our sisters twerking on Instagram. The Lord is against our sisters whoring themselves out for a goddamn a steak and lobster dinner. You understand? Which lobster is unlawful in itself. You understand? The Lord is against our brothers being alternative lifestyle members. You understand? Matter of fact, we go to Jude 1:7, right? And you can read about the first LGBTQ movement in the Bible. I want to say it's Genesis, either the 17th chapter or the 19th chapter, when it comes to the history of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's the book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, because Sodom and Gomorrah was not the only cities that actually indulged in these wicked acts of being in the alternative lifestyle. You understand? It was 5 cities surrounding Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah was just the 2 capital cities. You understand? But Sodom and Gomorrah, as well as these same cities, in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication. Fornication being unlawful sex acts. All right. And going after strange flesh. Yeah, a man trying to put his rod up another man's behind is strange. A sister that's trying to eat another sister's box. I don't mean to be too vulgar, or scissoring with a sister. You understand? That is strange flesh. Are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. You understand? The scriptures, Romans 15:4, paraphrasing, the things that was written aforetimes was written for our learning. You understand? So the history of Sodom and Gomorrah being written in the book of Genesis was made or set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. You understand? That book is a part of this canonical called the Bible. You understand? Because the Lord wanted us to understand what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah for an example. You understand? You do evil as far as living a sexual deviant lifestyle. You understand? Who inhabited the land of Sodom and Gomorrah? Let me see. Was it Hamites? Give me a second, sis. I'll find that for you right now. I want to say yes, sis. But give me 1 second. You got some excellent questions, sis. Give me 1 second, sis. I'm going to go ahead and find that for you right now. God, sis, I'm gonna go out and say that. I'm gonna get the breakdown a little bit further, but when you look at the region of Sodom and Gomorrah, that's in the land of Canaan. You understand? So most likely, Khan says it was Hamites. You understand? And another thing too, now that you bring it up, when you look at the history of Noah, you understand, when the Lord cursed Canaan, you understand, when Canaan actually seen Noah naked in the tent, you understand, the action that Ham did, and going back to tell his brothers about what his father did, as far as you know, because you got to understand, Noah seen some crazy shit in his life. Noah seen the whole goddamn earth unalived, you understand, before his eyes. And he was the one that the Lord chose to actually save the planet Earth. Imagine you, somebody that see millions of people on planet Earth or thousands, you understand, in your region. The Lord put the spirit on you to build an ark and to save you and your children and their wives and your wife. And you come about that the ark with all of the animals that you saved, and you being one of the 8 people that the Lord saves are the only people on planet Earth. Nigga, I'm gonna need some wine after that shit. It's a lot here. And I might drink a whole lot of it. So Noah, he got tipsy, passed out in the tent. And if you know anything about the clothes that brothers used to wear back in the day, it was basically just a garment. Niggas didn't start wearing underwear and all that type of shit till I believe the Romans came up with that weird shit. Excuse my French. You understand? But the action that Ham did, him being a forefather of Cain, it was kind of like a homosexual action to go and tell your brothers what you seen as far as your father being exposed because he drunk a little bit too much wine. But yeah, that's why the Lord said, "Curse be Canaan." You understand? And of course, the characteristics that's in our DNA come from our forefathers. You understand? There's no secret why niggas like chicken. Go to Leviticus. We've been eating chicken. You understand? Salakia for years in the wilderness. But yeah, most likely Canaanites. You understand? Probably some other tribes of people, but I would say Canaan. You understand? But I'm gonna get the breakdown for you a little bit more, sis. And next class, if you tune into the next class that I teach, I go ahead and after I salute you, I give you the breakdown on who it actually was in Sodom and Gomorrah. You understand? But Salakia, Jude chapter 1 and verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. You understand? Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed for an example. The example of you should not be an alternative lifestyle member because the Lord is going to destroy you and it's an abomination unto God. You understand? Salakia. Let's get into sorcery. Because the oppressor is the biggest sorcerer on planet Earth. And if you don't know what sorcery is, you understand? Most High in Christ, since I definitely appreciate you. If you don't know what sorcery is the mixing of potions or using drugs. You understand? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 12 and verse 1. Alina. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 12 and verse 1. Now Yahweh has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. You understand? Verse 2. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. So this is the Lord telling Abram, which is the forefather Abraham, his name being changed. He told him to get out of the land of the Chaldeans. You understand? And the reason why is because the Chaldeans, these were a people that worshiped the stars, that worshiped the elements, the suns, all of this type of nonsense. The same shit that these niggas do today on Facebook. Oh, you a Leo? I'm a Virgo. I'm a Sagittarius. You understand? Oh man, the sun is this many miles from the earth. All of this weird ass shit that niggas doing. And the reason why they was doing that shit back then because these niggas was getting high off drugs. You understand? They was actually experimenting with substances. You understand? And this was the culture of the people of the land of Chaldea. And the Lord, having mercy on Abraham, he told him, hey, look, get away from these niggas. You understand? Because I need you to be greater than this so you can usher in your offspring so y'all can be a pure people. You understand? That's why the Lord said I was going to make of thee a great nation, right? Leviticus 19 and 31. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 31. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am Yahweh the most high. You understand? The Lord don't want us to seek after people with familiar spirits or wizards. You understand? It's the same thing. You understand? A person with familiar spirits or wizard today is a goddamn drug dealer. You understand? Or like black magic and all that type of shit. Nigga, somebody getting high when it comes to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? The Haitians, you understand? Unfortunately, they have a lot of culture on that island of Haiti that has to do with voodoo. You understand? Voodoo is literally somebody getting high and having a goddamn demon on. You understand? That's all the learning and teaching of the oppressor. You understand? Because your oppressor, he the biggest drug dealer. You could look at the opium wars in the 1700s. You understand? Heroin used to be legal in America. You understand? I did a class on sorcery, I believe, last week in a Wednesday night law class. If y'all could go look at that class, it's an excellent class in my opinion. But there's a TV series called, and I forgot the name again, but it's about the history of the guy that actually invented oxycodone. You understand? But it's on Netflix. But this is their culture. If you look at the hippie movement, you understand? This was a whole bunch of high white boys that's saying we should indulge in free love and we should be anti-war. Let's just smoke weed and have fun and a good time. Nah, nigga, we shouldn't do that. You understand? Because, of course, the Lord wants his men to be warriors. You can't be somebody that's getting high off a controlled substance and being able to go to war for your people because your mind gonna be all out of whack. And the person, like imagine if you going to war with the people who got the drugs. If you going to war with these niggas who got the drugs, you already lost the goddamn war. You understand? If you're addicted to them drugs, because they can control you with the substance that you need in order to function. You understand? And that's what sorcery is about. That's what being a magician or sorcerer or witch or a warlock, you understand, or a wizard is about. You understand? You conjure up some magical potion, you understand? Whether it be some new strain of weed, this fentanyl, you understand? All of this type of stuff. And then you give it to a person that becomes a subject unto you, and they think they got spiritual powers or like the shit is ridiculous. But shit, I mean, I wasn't always in the truth. I used to be a nigga that smoked weed too. You know what I'm saying? So I know how that shit go. I used to be a nigga that pop pills, all of that. You understand? And I know how it go. And you know, it's literally just a scapegoat in order for you to feel better about how terrible your life is. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord wants the children of Israel to be sober, because these other nations, they don't have laws against getting high. They don't have laws of keeping their integrity. That's why the Lord said we are a holy people unto them. You understand? We separate. We've been severed from the rest of humanity because our laws give life and their freedom gives death. Go to Exodus 22 and 18. The book of Exodus, chapter 22, and verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. You understand? In our laws, when Christ comes back and runs planet Earth and rules the kingdom of heaven, anybody that's found being a witch or a sorcerer, they're going to be put to death. Because the Lord said we should not suffer a witch to live. He don't want that folly to fester in Israel. You understand? A witch is supposed to be unalived according to these scriptures. Book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 6. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits and after wizards to go a whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul and will cut him off from among his people. The Lord said that soul that go after familiar spirits and go a whoring after them, like you literally whore yourself out. You understand? To what type of controlled substance that makes you feel better. You will do everything for it. You understand? And the reason why the Lord said you will whore yourself out, sometimes it's literally whoring yourself out. Like in the 80s, you understand? You had sisters that would literally prostitute themselves in order to buy some cocaine, in order to buy some crack. You understand? Right now, you got sisters that will do outlandish acts just to sit with the weed man, you understand, and smoke up all his weed. You understand? He might have a sister that's his loyal customer. She ain't got $30. He could probably go over there and get some box or God knows what else. You understand? And it's spiritual whoredom too at the same time, being that the children of Israel, we are married to the Lord, you understand, so to speak, right? The Lord likens the children of Israel to his wife, meaning he loves us in the sense of course, not doing anything intimate with us, but we have a mutual agreement. Y'all do what I tell y'all to do, y'all gonna be the holy people on planet Earth. Y'all do what I tell y'all to do, y'all are going to be the people that I protect from all other nations. Y'all do exactly what I tell y'all to do, you guys are going to be the special people, the kings, the princes, and the princesses, you understand, over the whole goddamn earth. And I'm gonna give all the rest of these people to be your servants, you understand? So when you forsake our power and do exactly what he told you not to do, as in indulging in drugs, you understand, you basically cheat on the Lord, for lack of better terms, and serve and worship the heroin, the coke, the weed, the pills, the syrup. You understand? That becomes your daddy now. That becomes your father. That becomes your God. You understand? Salakia. Exodus 22 and 18 again. Or did I get to that? Salakia. This is the book Exodus chapter Leviticus 20 and 6. Salakia. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits and after wizards to go a whoring after them, I will set my face against that soul. Meaning the Lord is going to be against you. You understand? Like when you set your face against somebody, it's the same thing as you walking out in public and you seeing an op or a nigga you don't like, and you get to mugging him. You get to showing him that, look, bro, I don't fuck with you. Excuse my French. I don't rock with you. And that's how the Lord looks at us when we go a whoring after other guys or not serving him. The Lord is literally showing you, you understand, he's setting his face against you, not physically, but spiritually. You understand? When you fall on hard times, our sons and daughters get murdered in these streets. You understand? All of the atrocities that happen against the children of Israel as a whole, that's because the Lord has set his face against us. He's not with us in the activities that we partaking in. You understand? So this is why we get murdered by racist police officers. We go to jail at an alarming rate. We die from these god awful diseases, and number one in these diseases and in the prison system, and nobody gets justice for killing a black or a Latino in America. You understand? They separate our sons and daughters, you understand, from us at the border because the Lord is against us eating pork. The Lord is against us committing abominations as far as being a part of the LGBTQ community. You understand? The Lord is against us being drug dealers and drug addicts. The Lord is against us celebrating Valentine's Day. And mark my words, somebody is going to die on Valentine's Day. You understand? We might not hear about it for months. You understand? You might have a couple, you understand, that go out and a sister's actual man, her husband, he might catch her in the act of going on a Valentine's Day date. You understand? Or her boyfriend catch her out in public with somebody else, and he unalived the both of them. Lord forbid it happens, because we're not praying for our for our people to actually be destroyed. But at the same time, though, if the Lord does decide to destroy the children of Israel for us going against his law, then so be it. Because God can't come give us a whooping with his belt. You understand? Like your physical father would do. The whooping that you're gonna get from the Lord is death. The whooping that you're gonna get from the Lord is a disease. The whooping that you're gonna get from the Lord is poverty. The whooping that you're gonna get from the Lord is drugs being funneled into your community. That's the whooping that you're gonna get from the Lord, because he is spiritual father. Understand? But I'm gonna drop that. Leviticus 20 and 27. A man also, or a woman that hath a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. You understand? The Lord said, look, just like a sodomite, you understand, a person that indulge in sexual activities with the same gender, so should a drug dealer be. So should somebody that actually uses drugs. You should stone them with stones. Of course, we don't have the authority to enforce the law, but according to this law, the Lord wants this to happen to the children of Israel. You understand? And you see it all the time. You see a big drug deal gone bad. 2 people murdered. Somebody kicking his door because he got all the P's. He got all the keys. You understand? He gets stoned with stones, all right. You understand? And them stones today is bullets. You understand? That's the weapon of choice today. Back then, you ever heard of somebody getting killed by a firing squad? Well, a firing squad today is somebody with a chopper, a AR-15. You understand? A Draco, a Glock 26 with a switch on it. You understand? You know how I know all these guns. Salapia. You understand? Deuteronomy 18 and 9. And it reads, when thou art coming to the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. The Lord said, look, when y'all come into the land of Canaan that I gave to Abraham to give to y'all, you should not do the abomination of these nations. And what was these nations doing? These nations was eating abominations. You understand? They was getting high. You understand? They was having relations, you understand, with uh you know, the same gender. You understand? Immediate family members. Like this is illegal according to the laws of God, right? Like, yeah, give me 1 second. Verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that use divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. You understand that passing through the fire is a ancient custom that came from the Moabites. You understand, as well as the Egyptians. You understand, of actually sacrificing your baby. You understand, and the equivalent of sacrificing your baby today. Excuse me, is getting that abortion in an abortion clinic. Because what they used to do was they used to sacrifice their children in hopes for a better life. You understand? That's the same spirit that sisters have in that abortion clinic. You go to that abortion clinic, you think that this child is actually going to stunt your growth or keep you from prospering in life. So you unalive this baby from the womb. You understand? In hopes of a greater future. Well, they was doing that when they was sacrificing a child to the owl of Molech. It was a big ass cow statue with his arms out. You understand? Made of steel or some type of metal. And they used to set this statue on fire, right? Statue would be red, burning with fire, and these people would literally bring their newborn babies and put it in this burning heathen deity's hands and sacrifice their baby in order for them to have a prosperous life. That's the same thing these sisters is doing in the ghetto. Oh, I'm pregnant, so I got my whole future ahead of me, so I'm gonna go ahead and unalive this baby, knowing goddamn well your ass is not going to college. You are not going to go run a Fortune 500. This bitch got 19 abortions and she work at Walmart. Excuse me. You understand? She didn't unalive 5 babies. You understand? And she work at Target or CVS. You understand? She might be a medical assistant. You understand? That's about it. Ain't no further education. She got enough money to buy Jordans, weave, keep smoking her little apes every now and then. You understand? And all of this because she chose to unalive her baby. You understand? And the Lord ain't with that. You understand? Continuing. I'm gonna read verse 10 again. There shall not be found there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, verse 11, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto Yahweh, and because of these abominations, Yahweh, thy power, doth drive them out from before thee. You understand? The Lord said he gonna unalive you for being a goddamn sorcerer. You understand? For being somebody that unalives children. You understand? In order to get a prosperous life. You understand? The Lord said, look, I ain't with this. Any one of you niggas do this, you gonna suffer the wrath of God. You understand? And it's supposed to be like that because you gotta be an evil person, bro, to actually not want to see a child get a chance at life. You understand? So like, I'm gonna drop that. Let's go to the book of Exodus, the 22nd chapter. Because another way of the oppressor is to be an extortionist or to lend usury. You understand? Which the Bible calls it, but it's really extortion. You understand? The mob, big extortionists. You understand? The check cashing place, big extortionists. Like back in the times of the heyday of the mob, They used to be able to lend you money, right? And you'll pay points on the money. Your check cashing places do that right now. You understand? Any check cashing place you could think of, you understand? They will lend you a payday loan, right? And the next time you get paid, what it's like, I think they'll lend you $300. Next time you get paid, you got to pay them $350. You understand? That's points on the money. And I wouldn't be surprised if some goddamn mobster, Italian, you understand, Roman, retired from actually being a gangster, invested the money that he got it, the ill-gotten money, you understand, that he got from being a goddamn evil oppressor, you understand, put that into owning a goddamn a check cashing place in order to keep extorting people, but in a legal way, right? I wouldn't be surprised at all. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 25, excuse me. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as an usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. You understand? To be a usurer or to lend usury is somebody that lends money and needs interest on it. You understand? Or like the mob says, you got to pay points on it. You understand? And when you know these check cashing places, you default on that loan, they gonna send it to collections, and collections gonna keep tacking on money, keep tacking on money, keep tacking on money. You understand? Until I don't even know if they max it out. You probably could damn near stay in debt to the check cashing place until you die, and then it get passed down to your children. You understand? But the children of Israel, of course, we are not to lend usury upon the children of Israel, because the Lord does not want us to oppress people. Now, I mean, not oppress people. He doesn't want us to oppress our people. Now, of course, we can lend usury upon a heathen. A white boy come borrow some money from you. You understand? Go ahead and charge him as much interest as you want to. You understand? Now, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to even lend a white boy money, because they the head and we the tail. You understand? The scriptures say the poor are ruled by the rich. I'm paraphrasing, you understand? And a person that's actually able to lend somebody is basically the master over a person that they lending to. You understand? So yeah, we can lend usury upon another nation, but as far as to each other, which goes on prominently in the black community, you understand? A nigga give you $20, you understand? You expecting $40 from him when he give it back to you, or you won't even loan the money to him unless he's going to give you double the money. You understand? Now, of course, the noble and righteous thing for a brother to do is if you give me $20, I tell you I'm gonna pay you in a week, but it take me 3 weeks to pay you back. A righteous brother would be like, oh, here go a little bit extra, you know what I'm saying? A salami, you know what I'm saying? Oh no, it's too wide, brother. I don't need it. You know what I'm saying the $20. No, I insist. I ain't mean it. You know, that's what a righteous brother would do, you know what I'm saying? Like you would damn near have to beg somebody to take the extra money from you if he's a righteous brother like yourself, excuse my French, you know what I'm saying? But us growing up in this so-called capitalist society and learning from the slave master, we learn how to oppress each other because we've been oppressed by the slave master. You understand? Week in and week out. Let's go to Psalms 15:5. The book of Psalms, chapter 15 and verse 5. He that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent, he that doeth these things shall never be moved. You understand? The Lord has respect or kindness unto somebody that's not lending out their money for usury. You understand? He's not going to be moved. meaning he's going to be in a position of authority for a long time because this brother is righteous. You understand? The Lord has to destroy the kingdom of this oppressor because this oppressor, he lends money on usury not only to us, but to his own people. Salaki. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 19. Thou shalt not lend unto Salaki, thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Verse 20, unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that Yahweh thy power may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to in the land whither thou goest to possess it. You understand? If people are in jail and they give away something like noodles and ask for like two back, is it frowned upon or is it allowed because we are in captivity? Nah, sis. It's definitely frowned upon according to the scriptures, right? Now, of course, our brothers that's in jail, you understand, they don't know the Bible. You understand? You like Christianity and being a Muslim, that shit is prominent behind them walls. You understand? But of course, the Lord, and then to even further my point, right? The Lord says, look, just like the last scripture that I just read. Matter of fact, let me go back to that scripture. Exodus 22 and 25. Says you got some excellent questions. Most High in Christ. Exodus 22 and 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as an usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. Now, of course, we in poverty as a whole in this empire, right? Now, a brother that's able to lend out a couple packs of noodles, you understand, or probably some soap or a pack of salmon, you understand? Alina, come get this fucking cat, bruh. It's like it says. But yeah, to answer your question, no, we're not supposed to, even if we're in jail, you understand? It's frowned upon because the Lord don't want us to oppress each other. You understand? Now, if I'm in jail, I got enough money to lend this brother some noodles. You understand? It ain't gonna necessarily hurt me to give it to him, but if I'm giving it to him in hopes of lending to him upon usury, then yeah, that's definitely unlawful, and the Lord is going to frown upon it. You understand? Most High Christ, sis. Most High Christ, sis. The cat definitely trying to get this truth. You know what I'm saying? But nah, sis. Yeah, kind of, sis. You know what I'm saying? You. Like the Lord don't want us to oppress each other, especially if we already poor. You understand? Like it's even more evil to oppress another brother because you poor. You understand? In the spirit of I'm trying to do something to move up the ladder a little bit. You don't want to oppress your own people. You understand? But the Lord, It's not against you lending out usury unto heathens because they not the same as us. The Lord don't hold them in high regard like the children of Israel. Like, for instance, I'm gonna give you another example, right? Let's say we in the kingdom, right? I got a horse. This horse got a disease and it died by itself, right? I can't sell that meat to one of my brothers, but I could sell it to an Arab. I could sell it to a Caucasian. I could hike up the prices high as I want. You understand? They're not holy like us. The Lord cares about the children of Israel. You understand? But Salaki, I hope that answered your question, sis. But yeah, we can't oppress people if we being oppressed. Well, we can't oppress our people, whether we being oppressed or not. You understand? Salaki. Go to Deuteronomy 23 and 19. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 19. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Now look, sis, if I'm in jail or in prison and somebody come get a pack of beans from me or you know, some beef jerky, you understand, noodles, rice, whatever, right? And it's a heathen that I lend it to, right? I can absolutely charge him interest. You understand? Because he's not my brother. You understand? Me being from Northern California, if I'm black, right? And one of our Latino brothers that's a Norte or he a Southsider, he come out at me like, hey, Karan, man, look, I need a soup till tomorrow, or I need a pack of sardines till tomorrow. Man, look out for me. I give him that. I should expect only what I gave him because the Lord don't want us to oppress each other. You understand? On to the book of Leviticus, the 25th chapter. Leviticus chapter 25 and verse 35. And if thy brother be waxing poor and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee. You understand? Now, this is talking about somebody that's an Israelite that when they say he a stranger, this is a brother from a different city. You ain't necessarily grow up with him. Now, of course, this is talking about in the times of us being a people and us understanding that it's us against the world. You understand? In these times today, I wouldn't recommend you just let some strange nigga that you don't know in your house. You know what I'm saying? Because this nigga got the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he has been trained and taught by Esau how to live. You understand? So I'm not going to tell you, oh, you see some random homeless person. Nah, these scriptures are pertaining to people that's in the truth. Because if you actually look at the children of Israel as a whole, the niggas that's going to be cut off, they're going to be people that's outside of these laws any goddamn way. You understand? So it's not talking about somebody that's a stranger in the world, a nigga that you don't know, or somebody that's outside of the truth. You understand? Verse 36. Take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy power, that thy brother may live with thee. You understand? Once again, a brother in the truth, you understand, that fall on hard times. And big shout out to Officer Uragabar. He was an excellent example of this, and him opening up his home to one of the troopers that fell on hard times. You understand? I'm gonna read that again. Thou shalt, take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy power, that thy brother may live with him. You understand? This is a brother that's coming up in the truth. He fall on hard times. You understand? You don't want to charge this brother for being there. You don't want to say, man, I'll let you live here for 6 months. I need interest on this rent whenever you get it. You don't want to do that. You understand? That's unlawful according to the scriptures, right? Verse 38. I am Yahweh, your power. Oh, Salaki. Verse 37. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. Like this brother, he's on hard times. He might need some money to go to work. You understand? It's a bus fare. You understand? A couple of dollars to get something to eat on his lunch break. You understand? You're not supposed to give him this money and charge him interest on it. Nor are you supposed to lend him clothes or any other type of victuals in order for you to increase or profit off of him. You understand? And all of these are the ways of the oppressor, because your oppressor, like I said, he'll give you a bank loan. In most cases, it's not going to be us, but he'll give out a bank loan. On top of that, you got to pay points on that money. You understand? Verse 37. That's what I wanted. Verse 37. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. Verse 38. I am Yahweh, the Most High, which brought ye forth out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan and to be your power. You understand? This is what they did to us in Egypt. You understand? The Lord said, don't take on the customs of these heathens, because when we was in Egypt, they lended us money and victuals in a spirit of usury. You understand? They gave us a couple shekels, you understand, to pay for some food for our relatives. And you know what they did after they gave it to us? They looked for the increase that we gave them because of the interest that we owed them. You understand? Same thing that the mob do. All right. So, Lockie, I got a couple more scriptures, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 5. Matter of fact, Shalakia, we'll go to Exodus 20 and 14. Matter of fact, the book of Exodus, chapter 20. I'm gonna read this whole chapter. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh, thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make any, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above or in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. The Lord does not want us to take for granted on the blessing that he gave us by getting us out of Egypt and taking us out of being slaves. You understand? So what the Lord is saying is he wants his credit for that, and he don't want you to bow down to nobody but him. You should not worship the Caucasian man as your God. You understand? And how you worship the Caucasian man as your God? Following his holidays. You understand? Marrying yourselves unto his customs. You understand? Giving your sons and your daughters unto his sons and daughters. That's how you worship the oppressor as your God. You understand? You shouldn't bow down to anything that's in heaven or the earth. You can't be worshiping the goddamn sun, moon, and stars. You're not supposed to be somebody who believes in fairy tales or zodiac signs. You understand? You're not supposed to be somebody that worship controlled substances, because that's what we do as the children of Israel as far as getting high. You understand? And it says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh thy power, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. You understand? There was a lot of people that came back into the earth that was reincarnated, that was actually good people, that was actually righteous people. But we still got to pay for the sins of our forefathers. You understand? Of course, we can't make somebody else pay for the sins of their forefathers. This is why the Lord said, thou shalt not abhor a Edomite. You understand? We can't hang you because you hung our forefathers. That's not what's going to happen. The scriptures say vengeance is the Lord's. You understand? But the Lord will punish you for what your forefathers did. And it's just because he's the most high. You understand? Verse 6, and showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. The Lord is going to show mercy unto the brothers in the ISBK up under command of General Yana, because we love the Lord in showing him that we're going to keep his commandments. Verse 7, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. That's what them Christians do all the damn time. Thank you, Jesus. I'm saved by the blood of Jesus. You taking the Lord's name in vain, you understand? Or thank God. You understand? You taking the name of the Lord in vain. You understand? You thanking the Lord for you getting up out of a situation when you don't even love the goddamn Lord. You understand? You don't keep the Sabbath holy. You don't celebrate Passover or the Feast of Dedication or the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You don't celebrate the Day of Atonement to afflict your soul for the Lord to actually have mercy on you for the sins that you may have committed. You don't do none of that. You understand? You don't celebrate the Feast of Purim. You don't do none of that. You don't attend these classes. You celebrate all your slave master holidays. You understand? You put your man on child support. You understand? And want to rule over your goddamn husband. You understand? You a stone cold drug addict. You understand? And a sexual deviant. You don't do none of these things that the Lord asks you, but yet when something go good in your life, thank you, God. You understand? That's using the Lord's name in vain. The word vain means something that means nothing. You understand? You taking the Lord's name in vain, meaning you praising the Lord and you don't even mean it. All right. Verse 8, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy power. And Salaki, in it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea, and in Salagia, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. You understand? The Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. You understand? Because the Lord did not work on the seventh day. You're not supposed to use Saturday, which is the seventh day, to actually get increase by working your sons, your daughters, your men servants, your maid servants, so forth and so on. Matter of fact, get Deuteronomy 5 and 15. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 5, and I'll start at verse 12. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as Yahweh thy power hath commanded thee. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, that thy manservant and maidservant may rest as well as thou. That's the spirit of the Sabbath day, for you to not oppress people that work for you. You understand? The Sabbath day ain't, oh, we can't cook no damn chicken because we can't light a fire. No, the spirit of the Sabbath day is you cannot oppress people to make you money every goddamn day because the Egyptians did that to us. You understand? Your slave master do it to you today. He'd be like, Quran, can you come and work on Saturday? Man, we really need you. You understand? According to the law, nigga, I ain't got to do it. But us being in captivity, you understand? And the Sabbath day being for the employer, not the employee, to give rest. You understand? I can say no, but I'm not at fault for going to go work out on the Sabbath because I'm in captivity. But my employer is absolutely at fault. You understand? Verse 15, and this is going to prove it right here. Verse 15, and remember that thou wast a servant in the land of Egypt, and that Yahweh thy power brought thee out of thence, though through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore, Yahweh thy power commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day holy. You understand? Or so like it, that to keep the Sabbath day. You understand? The reason why the Lord wants us to keep the Sabbath day in remembrance of the Lord severing us from being slaves in Egypt, because they oppressed us every goddamn day. 7 days a week. You understand? We ain't getting no damn rest in Egypt. And the Lord seen all the affliction that the Egyptians did unto us. You understand? And the spirit of your slave master is the same spirit that the Egyptians had over the children of Israel. All right. Verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy power give thee. You understand? The Lord said, honor your mother and your father. Honoring your mother and your father is not doing something unlawful that your mama and daddy taught you to do. Or my mama celebrated Christmas, so I'm going to do it. Or Big Mama held these Thanksgiving dinners at her house. So in honor of Big Mama, we going to still keep cooking this green with ham hocks and pork chops and all of this abominations, you understand, that the Lord taught us not to eat. But I'm going to honor my mother and father by keeping these traditions that the slave master taught them. Nah, that's not what this is talking about. Honor your mother and your father is talking about being able to be in a position to help your mother and father when they get up in age and they need you to possibly be their caretaker or make sure they get put in a home to where they well taken care of. That's honoring your mother and father. Verse 13, thou shalt not kill. You understand? When you read this in Hebrew, it translates to no murder. It don't say thou shalt not kill in Hebrew. It says no murder. I can't remember the word for murder, but it says la'ah, and then the word for murder, la'ah, meaning no. You understand? But it translates to no murder. Now, of course, you can kill because we have to kill our food when we eat it. We can't eat anything that dies of itself. You understand? So when you unalive that cow, that makes it a lawful cow for you to eat. You understand? Of course, the Lord don't want you to be a goddamn sucker. If you read in the books of the Maccabees, these brothers actually fought for the children of Israel to live. You understand? And they unalived a whole lot of people because they was going to war. The Lord is a man of war. So he ain't telling you that you can't lawfully unalive something. You can't murder somebody, meaning to unalive somebody without just cause. You understand? Just cause would be self-defense. You understand? Things of that nature. Verse 14, thou shalt not commit adultery. You understand? The spirit of Valentine's Day is the spirit of committing adultery. You understand? You're going to sleep with somebody else's wife, Mr. Steal your girl, or I'm going to take her out, you understand? And I'm gonna take her out and take her to a nice restaurant and have intimate relationships with this other brother's wife. That's unlawful according to these scriptures, but that's what Esau perpetuates in his kingdom. Thou shalt not, Salaki, thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. The Lord don't want us to be thieves. The Lord don't want us to be lying on brothers and sisters in order to get them unalived or get them a lengthy prison sentence. You understand? That's the spirit of Esau. You understand? Salakia. Let me see. That was it on that. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Y'all by Shemal Shabrak a thumb to the brothers. Y'all Shamal a thumb by Shemal Shah to the sisters. Kana, the water sis for tapping in. Excellent questions as usual. I'm gonna make sure I get that breakdown for you as far as who lived in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah. I appreciate the support. Make sure y'all like, share the classes. Subscribe if you haven't already. You understand? And help us push this truth. You understand, to the public, to the masses, especially to the children of Israel who need this in order to fix their lives. Shalom.